Alright, hello guys, this is a little bit of a different video than I usually post on the channel. It's gonna be a podcast. We're here with this podcast with, Bustin, Best of Cold, and Soy Sauce Alien. We're just gonna be talking about random crap for 10 minutes, straight. We'll have different people probably on for the podcast, but, let's get into it. So,
I'll try to be on as much as I can.
alright. So what's our first category?
Alright. Bomb detonators. Now I'm kidding. Listen.
Yeah.
Is it ethical? I know this is super not ethical.
Yeah.
But
Is
so
it ethical?
Is it ethical? Like, so what if you have like a complete soundproof room, like nothing, like no communication with the outside world. You put a bunch of babies in there and just like you feed them, but like no communication. They have no knowledge of any language, any society, nothing. They're just babies. Like they're stupid idiot babies.
Would
And
they
then
like?
what like they're called like different races, like
So you think
you have
they're
like
gonna form
Arab, European, African, Chinese, whatever, different races.
Would,
Yeah, Asian, whatever, different races.
would these babies be educated on anything at all? Like just not, just give them
listen,
food
listen.
and water, and then
Yeah, you just give them food and water, basically. What language will they develop by themselves?
they would develop the Ooga Booga languages, where they
Yeah, like,
they
yeah,
communicate in
will they-
different noises that affect
Let me
that.
say something. Let me say something.
Okay.
Would they like?
Nick, be quiet.
Because no communication with the outside world. They have like
You guys
no
know-
influence with anything.
You guys know babies listen to their moms in the womb. So whichever
Shut up.
baby is most dominant, that's the language they will learn.
Well, yeah, but
Let the man talk, you
Yeah.
retard.
they
Yeah, but,
can't
like-
talk. They need to hear other people talk in order to talk, and they're not
No,
being
they
learned.
don't. They can. No, babies can make words on their own without hearing anything.
Yeah, it's like
They could, but it's gonna come out as
And
The
no,
baby's
it,
gonna
it's
learn
gonna
how to
come out
run.
as that's what it comes out as, and that translates to
Screams at
I'm
the dam.
angry, feed me.
I'm angry. I'm angry. Feed me.
So
looking up white
basically,
room.
so some guy would like, wait, how is this food getting transported? Is it like in the
Like,
form of
it's
slop
probably-
being dropped from the ceiling or something? Like,
No,
because there'd
no,
have to
no,
be
like,
no human interaction.
Yeah, it's most likely just like
They just
drop
dropped
down.
eggs.
They would probably form religion.
So what
Holy
kind of
They
what
would,
kind
like
of
the gods have disposed.
what kind of food are we talking? Like refried beans or
Doesn't
like
matter.
cat
No,
food or something?
That's not a problem. It's just imagine high nutrient food. Just
Refried beans. No
Water.
kidding.
Wait,
Yeah.
let me say something. They would base a religion off the thing that when the food drops in the sky, they'd be like,
Yeah,
"Oh my god."
Yeah, they'd
dude,
be
the god, it's delivered.
or if they get hungry, it'd end up being a baby battle royale, and they'd all just smack each other and shove each other to the ground.
Keep this in mind. They're babies. Like,
Yeah, they're babies, so
Babies.
but still
Are these babies
they'd but I mean they're going for food and they'd have no laws of ethics or anything. So they'd be
no laws of ethics, no outside.
so what would happen was a lot of them would end up dying because they'd probably have some sort of like they'd like
diarrhea.
They'll probably
diarrhea,
be really
yeah.
primal. Like the strongest survives, and then the strongest
like exploded. It's
because
not fun. That is not fun.
because these guys will basically be like in containment for their entire lives.
Yeah.
To do the experiment,
the babies would either go into
they would form they'll form some kind of religion just because most likely the containment cell will expand. Like what I'm thinking is futuristic. Like so the room would progressively get bigger somehow, like throughout as they get older, because of course they'll need more space. And then it'll be like the room will be like 1 acre wide. It'll be really huge, and they'll form.
Like the Maze Runner, bro.
Yeah, basically. And dude, I'm talking like futuristic. And so the food will be delivered somehow. They'll form some kind of religion off of the food. Off of the food delivery mission, like this is our god. We have to do sacrifices.
how many babies are there?
10.
Okay,
Fine,
well,
it's fine.
okay. will start off the maximum. They will start off the experiment. Start off the experiment with 100 babies.
No, no, no.
100 babies?
No. I know there's a lot of babies.
How do we
dude.
get these
There's a lot of-
babies? Like Project
You steal them from
Resurrection
their
perhaps?
mothers.
Or...
Well, babies are gathered through unknown means, and of course there'll be like machines taking care of the babies until they get old enough to take care of themselves.
So like what? Like
It'll be like-
the machine like cleans them and stuff when they take a big crap.
Yeah, like when they take a big crap, like you'll be like, and it would like,
Wait,
suck
wait, I heard a pew pew in there. What does the pew pew represent?
the powder. What's the baby
Oh,
powder?
the baby powder. It just
Grabbing
sprays it onto their freaking face. It's like freaking
The baby who's in a
spray
missing and just
bottle.
sprays it into their face.
I'm
Yeah,
scared
no.
for my life.
Yeah, and then
And then,
so either
and then, so the most likely form some crude language, because of course, humans are social animals. They communicate, and
the language would end
No,
up
'cause
having to
we
be
place
just
just oil.
emotions.
it'll be tribal. It'll be
It would
tribal.
be
The most
tribal, yeah, completely.
because they would like either bang or it'll be tribal because there was an experiment that was
Wait,
clearly illegal.
Aiden,
It was
Aiden,
done by like some hillbilly in Scotland. Basically, he got all of his children and put them in a bunker down underground. And
That's poggers.
he raised them like no communication. Wanted to do the experiment by himself. The babies ended up forming like a sheep language. They'll make baas because there were sheep outside, and so that was their language.
That's
so basically,
scary.
anything they hear or see, they'll copy. So that means that they'd end up copying the sounds that the food machine makes when it distributes food.
Look,
Just-
look. Look, futuristic. Completely
Or they'll make the sound of that cleaning machine we were talking about. Like,
Imagine a microwave. Imagine a microwave.
that's
using microwave sounds as a language.
Your dad forgot that he was playing Minecraft, so they started talking Minecraft Villager.
Just put their hands together, just.
Imagine just speaking. We're at the Lorna Chapman table, all four of us,
Yes,
and just talk. Chapman table.
they're basically in like in a closed space. They'll most likely become tribal because humans only became where we are due to settlements and like standards.
So what happens if we release these
Like
babies?
basically another caveman was like to another caveman, hey, that's not cool, man. Bashing Grognog over there with the rock, that's not really cool. He was kind of my friend.
Dude,
You're gonna have
Grognak
some
was
sort of
really
punish-
cool, man.
Yeah, dude.
What Ragnar do
And
you
so we've
Grognon.
like laws were formed off of standards. Basically, killing is bad. Don't do that. And then,
I wonder how that was like made, like how laws were made back then.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
someone must have gotten a big wooden like a freaking 2x4.
What if
Bonked someone on the head and then was like, oh shoot, he's not responding. What happens
now these
if we
babies are teenagers. Now,
No,
a couple
no.
years past, these babies are now teenagers.
Just real
They're
quick.
able to walk. They're able to do what they
real
want.
quick, as adults, what happens if we release these babies into central Los
Dude, they will be
Angeles?
feral. Bro, they will actually be feral. Seeing all these humans and like using machines that they have never seen before, they would most likely have panic attacks. They'll be that
They would just die.
yeah, they'll probably just kill themselves. They'll be horrified. That's the equivalent of taking like and then dropping them in like an alien world.
Alright, now, so if the babies get pulled.
releasing them is not an option. They'll have to die. They'll be
It is
exterminated.
true.
No,
It is
what if after what if during their teenage years at like age 14 they are exposed to English or another human language?
No languages are exposed. No outside anything.
Well, no, but
They
what if they are exposed to see what the babies do when they hear a different language
They
and other
take-
humans communicate?
When they're sleeping, when they're sleeping, they use the machines to take five of the teenagers. They're no longer babies. They take 5 of the teenagers, and and they put them in a different room, still soundproof, and they and they and they're shown the alphabet. They're shown different songs, they're shown hundreds of hours of the English language, and they would probably be like, "What the hell am I looking at? What am I
They
doing?"
would because
Whoa,
because
whoa,
what would they
whoa.
even thinking? Because we all think
They'll
in
be- they'll be
English.
like-
They would think
Because
like
that
stick.
that's
Ooh, not even stick. Like.
no, they'll be tribal. They're just hearing weird sounds. They're just hearing like weird sounds, and that's like the equivalent of like you like waking up in a room. There's like a television. There's like a TV, and you just
This-
hear like Arabic.
this-
Of course, you would understand it,
Yeah.
but you know it's something. You know it's like some sort of like language.
Except they have
No,
no,
they probably
clue what it would be. They're like
They have like they're like what though because humans are like smart. We evolved smart to be we evolved to be smart for a reason, of course, and they'll probably associate this with their god because with the machine gods because that deliver them the food. They'll probably associate, and so they'll learn it to use it as like
Bro, what the hell?
religious stuff
I'm
for
confused.
because
would the babies even think of like a
Why
god?
are we still calling them babies?
Because
of course because these things are keeping them alive.
is-
It's
Like-
supernatural.
No, I know, but the thing
Right.
is that how would they even know whether to eat it or not? Because they've never seen outside food. They've never
Well,
seen
They'll probably
anything.
try to. They'll like grab onto it and
We have human instincts. It'll be like meat. It's not
Of
gonna be like
course.
So what
burgers.
happens if one of the okay?
If you see like a giant robot like come towards you, you'd probably be like, "Holy man, I don't want to be anywhere near that thing." Like if it was like a giant robot and I was like stomping towards you, you would probably like freak out. That was human instincts. But after you realize after a while, this thing's giving me food. It's my friend, and then it's like, okay, this thing's keeping me alive. It's more than my friend. It's now my god.
It's my
Because that's
stepmom.
normally how religion started. The most earliest crude religions during like the 10,000 BC era. That this is when they began associating like animals and stuff. They began being spiritual. This is when we began thinking, hey,
Like, well, the
we have all
rest
this
of us-
food. We can stay here now. Let's think more. Let's expand our knowledge. Yeah.
Would they have clothes or they just take?
No, they'll be given materials, of course. This is like have you guys seen like Maze Runner?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like that, like like no the doors, no in the story. It's just like a big area, like 1 acre wide or like 4 acres wide. It's just a big area of like trees, like no animals or anything, but just like trees and stuff, and food gets delivered.
Are
to
you
them.
guys down to do 44 duels?
I like how I talk about babies and ethics, and Drew's just like, yo guys, let's play Dead Wars, man.
Yes.
Let's go to
Right.
the next category because I think we'll extend it a little bit. We have like 6 more minutes, so let's go to
Okay.
another topic. Let's see.
Let's talk about.
Alright, let's put the experiment on hold. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget it.
All right.
I'm just gonna write down
Make sure
babies in
that you
it.
have a notepad and put it under your pillow so your parents don't see a notepad that says talk about babies in a box.
Babies, I'm gonna leave this play now. I want them to ask me. I'm gonna explain it all.
You're gonna be
Babies with
sitting
ethics.
at your freaking dining table
I will, and I'm
by
gonna explain this.
eating
I'm gonna say,
freaking
is it ethical to do this?
spaghetti
It's-
with like Alfredo or something, and then your mom's gonna turn to you and say, Matthias, I found a note that says talk about babies in a box.
No.
What does that mean? And you're just be like,
Okay, no
so
luck.
mom, it's a podcast.
Wait,
Okay, this experiment is basically not ethical at all.
No,
Because
it should not be
because
performed
this
in real life.
something similar has been done before, and the age before it's impossible to teach a human about another language is 13. It's impossible.
Matthias,
It cannot be done. They'll be feral because they found a teenage boy the teenage boy grew up with like street dogs and some rural country, and they found the boy like it was on all fours like barking because it thought it was a dog, and it couldn't learn any language because it couldn't sit down to learn language. It was a feral dog, dude. And so
wait, Matthias.
yeah, of course, it grew up thinking it was a dog.
Matthias,
So, experiments no way ethical at all.
Matthias.
Yeah.
What we should do is you, me, Aiden, and Bez, we should all learn how to use Unity, and then we can actually do this. We can make an AI
We could do
the
the experiment.
in like Unity or something.
Yeah,
We
we could do like an animation.
We need not an
Like-
animation. We can make an AI, and the AI will learn from time and time.
Unity. I actually have Unity.
Dude,
This is poggers.
right here,
I'm not-
right.
I don't know how to use it though. I never even opened it. I just downloaded it.
The podcast is almost done, guys. Let's move on to
Alright,
another
how many
topic.
minutes do we have left?
Let's say
How many minutes?
we have. Let's see here. We
What about
have 4 minutes
pretty popular.
left.
Alright.
Let's change the topic. I guess to alright.
me
Next
know.
topic is can a
Baby, learn another. I'm kidding.
Can
Haha,
win
dude.
a game of
Yeah, it's so cool.
or like I guess do you think that 16 is the right age for people to be able to learn how to drive, or do you think it should be like
Nah,
earlier
I do.
or
I
later?
do not.
14.
I do not trust. I do not trust a 16-year-old by the
No.
other.
Wait, Matthias.
Aiden, do you trust me driving? You in like the seat next to me. Do you trust me driving?
It depends on what car. If it's like an SUV that can top at like 70 miles per hour, maybe. But if it's like a Lambo going like, I don't know. Actually, no,
man.
no.
Man.
I would not. No, because you only know that you would just start making at the
So
left turn
you-
lane and be like,
You trust me in a car driving more than Matthias. That's horrible.
yeah, no.
I would.
Or would any of you trust me at the wheel right now?
I
Because
start
I
crying,
could-
man.
I could drive in.
I could
I
start
don't think
driving
I would
in-
trust myself at
The
the
legal
wheel.
age should be 18.
I feel like
in my
either
opinion.
18 because
18 is way
18,
too late. How are they
18, 20.
no, like 18 is when you
dude,
graduate
you can
from high school.
literally walk. You can take a
15.
bike, public transport,
17.
get a. Dude, you can literally get dropped off by your parents.
Yeah.
15 and a half
I
is
get
good
dropped
age.
off from my parents.
15
Some
and
people ride their bike to school, man.
I could honestly walk to school.
They're
from
in
where I am
college
right now.
before 18. Some people are in college before
No.
18.
No,
no,
no.
Well, technically,
Graduates.
but those are like
Kinda, maybe.
that's very rare.
Very rare.
yeah, very very rare.
So I just think 18 is too late.
But yeah, no, it's not.
Think about this. They're going on dates and stuff. They can't just have their parents driving them around.
So wait, Drew. So you think that the age should be lowered?
Be like 16.
16?
No, they,
No, 18. 18.
It
18
it
man.
should-
Way too late.
I feel like it should be 18 as well because there's so many stories too of like.
did you know that
I am not
16-year-olds.
trusting.
my
Yeah, but
cousin,
so
not-
many, Aiden, think about
my
this, so
cousin
many
is-
out of a billion people.
my cousin is. You can legally drive by yourself.
Yeah. Because I mean, if it's someone like us,
You guys really want to wait until 18 to drive? Are you dumb?
I
No,
wouldn't.
no,
I
no,
wouldn't be.
I'm-
I wouldn't like.
I don't know.
Bro,
I
I'm
don't
like.
know.
I'm probably not gonna drive at all. I'm probably not gonna drive at all until I get way older.
Nah, because The thing is
I'm gonna
that
take public transport, get rides from friends. I'm using get taxis, Uber, man.
yeah, no, because
Dude, like in the future, do you know? Like, imagine self-driving cars. Like
Matthias,
you wait. There's like a bunch of like lined up.
there was a
Get
story.
in and enter. You type in like just a touch screen. It's like Google Maps. You click. You scroll out. Click the location you want to go, and then just.
Matthias, I'm gonna give you a story. I'm gonna give you a story that might make you not like driving or doing it, whatever.
so
Okay,
yeah, that's the end of the
Matthias,
podcast, guys. So
That was good. That
Okay,
was
Matthias,
good.
yeah,
I want to tell you
alright. Let me
something.
end the podcast
Yeah.
though, because the recording's still going.
Okay.
Hold on.
I had fun. My ass is sweaty.